Assalamu alaikum fam, hope you're doing well. So I want to talk to you today about doomer, cynical, pessimistic mindsets towards having children. Now some people feel like there's no guarantee that your kid will be good or that you will be loved by your child when they grow up. So why even bother? So you get a lot of this nihilistic side from the doomer types who are usually on the left-wing spectrum. It's not entirely their fault. The woke, liberal, feminist, anti-masculinity, anti-heterosexuality movement really has, done significant trauma on the psyche of the order that Allah Azza wa Jal has put on the earth, because having families, large families, through polygamy, through a woman having, at least 3 kids, this type of system of nurturing, caregiving mothers, and steadfast husbands and fathers has been altered due to apps and what's in at the time and musician role models, and the list goes on and on. Basically unconservative, traditional family values type of energy has infected many of the people's minds, so the type of demons that lurk around them and suck their souls prevent many of them from seeing the wisdom and the necessity of having children and the glory of being a mother or a father. So what I want to try to give you some hope for is to just think about when you're old in your rocker and you don't have your intimacy appeal anymore. You almost don't even have the same, well, technically you don't have the same vigor, the same energy. There will be a lot more times of you sitting down and children hearing their laughs. It's like food for the soul. It's music, literally a better music than this stupid music in general. It's like a sort of spiritual music, let's put it that way, to the human ear. The innocence that's around you, the joy of their curiosity, a dog, cat, it just doesn't compare. It doesn't give you the sense of deeper meaning and purpose. So it's common now to be doomer. Climate change, they say, overpopulation. There's so much land on the earth, but they really just focus on the cities, and well, of course it's going to be crowded in the cities, and when it comes to starvation, there's definitely solutions for it, but everything's about profit sometimes. But there really is a lot of abundance if everybody utilized their lawns for food production instead of just plain grass. Imagine what we would see. During the lockdowns, I remember when they dumped milk, left potatoes to rot in the field. The lockdowns destroyed and wasted much food, which led to more people starving, and barely any leaders tried to rectify that. So much of the starvation problem is because people literally, I think, just really honestly don't care enough. But that's why conservatives, traditionalists, at least in the American spectrum, emphasize self-reliance and not depending on government handouts and stuff like that. However, food banks are awesome. I went to a food bank when the lockdowns happened, and it was quite nice. Well, the food wasn't like, I'm not saying that the food was super nice. I'm saying the option of it was nice. We had to wait in a long line, but it's good that it was there. But sad part is I didn't see any churches doing it. There was one that said they had it. When we went there was no one there. It was no one in the office. So it was a local county food bank that was doing it. So in times like that, not a lot of people were stepping up to help fill the gap. So this is why it's important to have a farm, a garden, knowing how to can foods, how to pickle foods and such. You know, things like that, how to make your own beef jerky, fish jerky, stuff like that, can really help you in hunting as well, and fishing. Being by a lake or an ocean, having your hunting and fishing license up to date. These are things that can help you, and even a chicken coop. You know? Even a chicken coop. Giving you eggs every day, there's a means for you not to starve. And many more methods as well. So if you're nervous, essentially my point is, about having a child because you'll feel like you'll starve or the planet's, is too crowded, there's a way for you to figure out how to survive. People had it much harder than us and all over the world. Many mothers have it hard, yet they seem to have a smile and still want to have children. And the children are playing and running around and having a good old time. Doesn't mean there's not struggles, but it does mean that happiness can be found in the most darkest of places, and that you must not let the fear, the sort of anti-human, depopulation, barren wombed witches, and really cynical, kind of slimy men dissuade you from reproducing. So my point is just to go on the path of parenthood. No one has the perfect playbook. What you really should focus on, your nutrition, how to eat pure fish, high quality beef, really rich cheeses, good food, peace, you have your little weights, you do your little exercise, have methods of listening to the Quran and getting in a sense of peace, wearing loose clothing so there's blood flow if you wear a niqab. The beautiful ones that, there's tons of Etsy shops that sell wonderful, loose, free-flowing niqab, himar sets, jilbab sets that can really make you feel great while being pregnant, where you don't have to squeeze into those ugly maternity pants that just don't look good, they slide down, you feel kind of bigger than what you are, but in a nice Islamic fashion-y type of outfit, you can be a sort of graceful figure and not feel so self-conscious because you can't fit into your jeans the same way you did before you're pregnant. So there's lots of ways to embrace motherhood, to learn about it, and to fully prepare for it. So I would just want to encourage you to find the joy in it. And if you're not yet a mother, really get excited. You're getting ready to bring a human in this world. That is one of the best gifts from Allah. Second, I say, is being able to have our 5 senses. It's the second one. So, consider it and avoid the doomers. Don't let them drag you down and make you miss one of the greatest joys of this earth. And if you can't have children, adopt. There are so many children who need a home right now. Oh, so many little ones. So help them. And there's plenty of organizations you can sponsor kids. World Vision was a place that I like sponsoring through. Fortunately, it's Christian, so I don't sponsor through there anymore. But I wish there was an Islamic version of that, where you actually have letters from the kids themselves. It's not just like donate here and you don't know who it's going to, but when it's an actual person that you can get handwritten letters from. It was very nice. So you can sponsor kids, you can adopt, foster. It's not going to be easy, but there are a lot of ways you can give back if you don't have kids. donate to classrooms, volunteer, get around children. They're one of the biggest joys that we have on this planet, and they deserve protection now. Oh, they have so many dark forces coming around them, trying to introduce really strange, inappropriate topics for their age. The media just promoting them in ways that's inappropriate, like Netflix's Cuties. There's more that could be said about how they harm children in society. The legions of Iblis. But have strength, and don't let the trouble of the world dissuade you from reproducing. Because what if we win this battle against evil for a while, and more goodness comes to the earth, and your kids can live in it? Come on, fam. Have children. Enter into a better arena of being a mother instead of alone. Don't get me wrong, a widow high in the mountains, a widow who works, gives back to the community, she's not technically alone. But try it, fam. Have a child. No one in your class will miss you. No one on your campus will even care where you are. No one at your work cares what you're doing. They may say they do, because if they don't, they'll get in trouble with HR. But your kid will always, want to know what you're doing and be with you. And you'll have that special time of growing them. And that's a wonderful thing. So have hope, and don't let the negative people who are addicted to nihilism, pessimism, and cynicism disrupt your natural craving for parenthood.